Hi everyone, my name is Dev Albarelli and I'm a librarian here at NCC. Today we're going to go over a few things on the library website that will assist you for your research paper for Professor Walter. And we'll also take a quick tour of our online library to make everyone more aware of what we can offer you during your time in Hampton Community College. Today, let's start out by taking a quick look at a few NCC library databases to give everyone a few more options when searching for sources for your research papers. We'll begin by taking a look at two of our topic selection databases called Gale and Context Opposing Viewpoints, and the second one will be Issues and Controversies. We'll start on the Community College homepage and navigate to the NCC Library homepage. We're right under Student Experience and Support, the second tab, Library Services. From here, let's scroll down to our research area. We'll click under Learn More to go to our databases. Now let's go to our databases A to Z list. From here, we go to G, and our first option will be Gale and Context Opposing Viewpoints. So let's just open this right up to see what we have. So Gale is laid out really nicely, and we can do our traditional keyword searching up here at the top, or we can browse some topical and current events topics right here on the homepage. Let's scroll down and take a look at Browse All Issues. So this is why we call Gale and Context Opposing Viewpoints a topic selection database, because there's so many to choose from. All of these topics here, such as esports, abortion, electronic voting, electric and hybrid cars and vehicles, all have research hubs. So you can try any of these for a really nice, a lot of information on a lot of different topics. Today, let's try something a little off the beaten path, and we'll go with paranormal phenomenon. So let's try taking a look at the paranormal phenomenon topic and see what is available. We'll open it up, and we can see there's a lot of information at our fingertips. It's laid out nicely and divided into categories that can help us with our research. For example, we have separate categories for academic journals, magazines, news articles, and viewpoints. Let's open up the overview to get a good idea of what paranormal phenomenon entails. We can see that the overview article gives us a brief introduction, some of the main ideas, and if we scroll down, we see this gives a pretty detailed overview of the topic and what is going on. So the overview looks like a great start. Let's go back one screen and take a look at some of the other articles to dig a little deeper. We'll go to the previous page. Let's say you needed an academic journal article, which you'll need two of those for Professor Walter's research paper. So we can see we have 83 academic journal articles listed right here. Let's just take a look at one of these. Paranormal belief, psychopathological symptoms and well-being, latent profile analysis, and longitudinal assessments of relationships. So this would be an example of an academic journal article that you could use as one of your two sources for paranormal phenomenon. And we can see it's from Plus One, which is the Public Library of Science. It has its authors listed. It's new, March 2024. And we start with the abstract, introduction, and then we get into the research study itself. This would definitely be a research study that you could use as one of your two scholarly sources for Professor Walter's research paper if you were in fact doing paranormal phenomenon. So let's go back up to the top. And I want to show you guys some tools that Gale has to offer. We need MLA citations for our works cited for in our annotated bibliography for Professor Walter's class. So if you go right here to our citation tool, we can see MLA 9th edition is the default. And this is a formatted MLA citation that you could use for your annotated bibliography and your works cited page for Professor Walter's research paper. You can just copy and paste this and you're pretty much good to go. And all the databases I'm going to show you will have this functionality. Another tool that we have in Gale is the Get Link tool. This is what you will use, copy paste this and throw it into an email or a Word document for yourself. This is what you will use to get back to this page every time. Please don't use the top URLs like we copy and paste in Google when using library databases because they will time out after about 24 hours. Use the links the databases provide. And again, that will be get link right here. Every database I will show you will have a link option. This is what Gales looks like. Copy paste this, takes us back to our this screen every time. This will work off campus, at home, at work, at the coffee shop, or obviously on campus. So this is where I would highly recommend collecting links that the databases provide. Now let's go back to browse issues. And just a reminder, so much is available. We saw paranormal phenomenon. Let's say you wanted fast fashion. It's laid out the exact same way. You'll see our overview that we saw. Let's just let it load for a second. We get some viewpoint articles if you need that, or academic journal articles. And there you go. This is a really great place to start, especially if you don't know what you want to write about, what topic's interesting to you. Just go back to browse issues, and you can really find a lot of information right through there. And all of these topics will have a very similar research hub, like what we just saw for paranormal phenomenon and briefly for fast fashion. So we just took a look at Gale and Context Opposing Viewpoint, which is an excellent database for topic selection. Let's take a look at one more topic selection database. So again, we'll scroll down to the research box at the bottom of our homepage, click under Learn More, go to our databases A to Z list, and this time we're going to go to a database called Issues and Controversies. So let's use the letter I. And if we scroll down, here is Issues and Controversies. So it's the same idea as Gale and Context Opposing Viewpoints. We can browse a bunch of topics right here on the homepage, such as should voters elect former President Donald Trump or Vice President Kamala Harris, NFL head injuries, capital punishment, climate change, the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. And we can also see a bunch of research subject categories down here, such as crime, law, and judicial system, or military war and terrorism, among many others. So let's try opening up one of the subjects that we see on the homepage of the database. And since we're near the election, we'll go with 2024 presidential race. Should voters elect former President Donald Trump or Vice President Kamala Harris? This is obviously very current and basically right out of the headlines of the evening news. So you can see that issues and controversies will often have very current information and reports in many cases. We start off with a robust pro-con article that discusses the issue in depth, and we can see the various parts of the article over here. Overview, supporters argue, opponents argue, our conclusion. And if we go scroll back up, top of the page, we'll go back to the introduction. We have our tools again. We notice our citation tools available to us through issues and controversies. Citation right here. Go to MLA, and then there you go. You can copy and paste this just like we did in Gale. Throw it right into your works cited page for Professor Walter's research paper. And if you wanted to save this, you can download it right here, save it that way, copy the link. This is email it to yourself or copy the link. This is the way you retrieve the article. Just another quick reminder, please don't use these top URLs when you are using library databases. They won't take you back to the article. And then a couple other things. We have some other options, primary sources, court cases, media, editorials, and news. If you needed other types of sources for your research paper, primary sources like Vice President Harris accepts Democratic presidential nomination, former President Trump accepts 2024 Republican nomination. You can open this up and just take one quick look. Okay, it doesn't. So there we go. And again, this is the New York Times article of Vice President Kamala Harris accepting the Democratic presidential nomination. And again, remember our citation tool. available to us, MLA, right there, copy paste, and to share the article to come back here every time, or to save it, download and save it if you'd like to. So that's just a quick look at issues and controversies. If we go back to the home screen, uh, you can see we looked at the presidential election article, but you can see all these will be laid out very similarly. NFL head injuries, capital punishment, they'll be laid out the same way as what we just saw. And you can browse. There's all kinds of stuff. Let's say if we wanted to dig a little further into crime law and judicial system, and there's any number of reports that will come up. Just give us 1 second here. Boot camp, civil forfeiture, constitution, copyright infringement. These will all be laid out in a way we just saw for the presidential election article that we were looking at. So this is another issues and controversies. This is really another great place to start your search. If you don't know what you want to write about, you don't have a topic, these are really nice places to get some really excellent overview information on topics that are currently in the news. It might be controversial and worth taking another look at. So those were our two topic selection databases, Gale and Context Opposing Viewpoints, and Issues and Controversies. And I hope that those should give you guys a good start if you don't know what you want to write about, or just want to refine or take a look at a couple of different topics before you begin your research paper. Last but not least, us NCC librarians are here to help. Please connect with us in the following ways. Feel free to stop by the Research Help Desk at the Bethlehem Republican Campus Libraries, schedule a book a library and research consultation right from our homepage. We're available on chat, on Ask the Librarian chat on the library homepage. And our departmental email is askthelibrarian@northampton.edu, which we check all the time. So please feel free to reach out anytime. Myself and the other librarians are here to help you with research, sources, and citations. We're available to you online and in person. We'd love to hear from you. Thank you and have a nice day.